So I wanted to basically congratulate the team involved in organizing the ceremony as well as the entries that we got this year. The market research industry in general has been learning and evolving a lot. A big pivot on technology has happened recently where AI and other technologies have helped in the market research at the consumer level. And we are not very far away. That's the surprising part. I was expecting very few entries which were good enough, but this year we have seen a lot of entries which are really good. Some of them are excellent. They're using high-end AI techniques. They're using processes that were, that we have been using in the AI industry, but not in the MR industry since a long time. And so we are catching up, and it's very heartening to see the collaboration as well amongst the vendors and the companies. The whole ecosystem is maturing. And we all know that there is a huge shortage of people in the analytics industry. So we all need to learn new algorithms, softwares, techniques, but most importantly, framing the right problem and solving for the right impact, which is something we saw in this set of entries as well. And we did rate all the entries on complexity, innovation, differentiation, impact, the robustness of the model or the algorithm being used. And a lot of the companies were faring very well on this. Of course, there are a couple which really stood out, and they were knocking the ball out of the park, which was very, very good to see. Some things that I expect will happen in the future, and maybe it's just the maturity of the industry in general. A couple of things which will hopefully be seen in the next year's entries are the framing of the right problem using either human-centered design or a consumer behavioral approach of the mental models, beliefs. Why are we solving the problem? What impact is it going to create? The ethicality of the problem itself. Are we creating positive impact on society in general, humanity in general, and so on? Because that's happening a lot nowadays, because AI is being spoken about in the ethical sense. And the second thing would be sustainable impact, where we are creating predictive models for one-time use, which are really robust and it's working very well. But can it stand the test of time? Can it be run for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? Of course, things will change. So there are concepts like model drift, explainability, auto ML, and so on, which are helping companies build these models for the long term. And such things can happen on cloud engineering, for example, AWS, Azure, GCP, and so on, right? So the marriage of this design, AI, engineering is what we need to see much more for more sustainable impact, more ethical impact, and it might also help the industry mature much faster, seeing these in action. And I think we'll see a lot of that next year as well. So I congratulate all the people involved in this, and I would look forward to the next awards next year as well. And hopefully we'll see much bigger, bolder, better problems being solved in the market research arena. Thank you so much.
It was a memorable experience to go through all the entries for the prestigious MRSI awards. And we had so much interesting entries which had forecasting problems, natural language processing problems, all solved through AI/ML ecosystem. But in the end, I think an entry was selected, which I think used the true power of AI and not force-fitting an AI for a common business problem everybody faces. My suggestion to everyone who's going to apply for the next year's award would be keep your research hat on and think through the whole ecosystem of AI/ML and see how and have the innovations on the edge always. Thank you.